Okay, so we're doing the East Hartford Education Association versus the Board of Education, and it was heard in the U.S. District Courts in the Second Circuit in 1977. In this case, um, Richard Brimley is an English and filmmaking teacher. The district has enacted a dress code that requires the male teachers to wear a tie and slacks, and the female teachers to wear skirts and blouses and stuff. And Mr. Brimley chooses to not wear a tie for his classes, and he goes through an appeals process before he takes it all the way to court. And through the appeals process, the school board grants him permission to wear his tie, to not wear his tie during his filmmaking class, but they still require him to wear a tie for his English class. And I was never really clear on why they made that decision, but it didn't make it into the courts, so there wasn't a whole lot of information on why it was okay in the filmmaking and not in the English class. When they get to the court, Mr. Brimley's case is based on a few things. First off is his freedom of speech, that he has the right to dress how he wants. And he does this, he ties this into trying to make it a claim that he makes him a better teacher, that it will connect him better with his students, that it helps to make a statement that he's not being controlled by the, I don't know, by the man, or however you want to put it. And that he's against establishment conformity. So those are the basis of his defense on why he shouldn't have to wear a tie. Well, the court's finding, they had a lot of interesting things here. One of them, the court basically says it's not our job to interfere. And they mention a couple of things in the book, that the commitment to local political bodies requires significant political control over what is said and done in school, and it is not the federal courts but local democratic processes that are primarily responsible for the many routine decisions that are made in public school systems. So the court says it's not really us to say what policy that they should have unless it ties directly to constitutional values. And as far as that goes, they find that his conduct is less like pure speech, and so it doesn't really qualify under the First or 14th Amendment. They say as the conduct becomes less and less like pure speech, the showing of governmental interest required for its regulation is progressively lessened. And they tied it into the Tinker case, where in the Tinker case they wore the armbands for a specific purpose, and so that was correct in their constitutional rights. But where Mr. Brimley is just kind of protesting something and it's not specific, then they rule that he does not have that right. Then they talk about the rights as an educator, and they say as public servants in a special position of trust, teachers may properly be subjected to many restrictions in their professional lives which would be invalid if generally applied. And so they uphold the the appellate court in saying, nope, he's got to wear a tie. They do say that he still has the freedom if they don't like the dress code. He does have the freedom to go and teach anywhere that he wants to, but as long as he teaches in that school district, he's going to need to wear the tie.